Hi Jason, this is the first of three videos I'm going to make for you showing you how to lay out your book in Word so that it becomes professional looking. And I'm creating this file in Google Docs which I'll share to you like a website, and you'll be able to click on links to the videos to watch them. You'll see how that works. In this first video, the first thing I want to do is point out these links that I've sent to the printer requirements. Here's a link to the Create Spaces content submission requirements, Kindle ebook, if that's the kind of ebook you wanted to do. I'm not sure if you're going to do a different format. And then advice on preparing your Word text for ebooks. And when you go and you actually read this, a lot of the advice that a lot of things I'm showing you are actually in this advice. So this is what I'm showing you is gonna help you not only make a professional looking printed book, but prepare you to easily create an ebook. The first thing I'm going to show you is page size, which I believe you already know, but I'm going to cover it anyway, just very quickly. I am using Word 2010. I believe you have the older version. Every feature I'm going to show you is in the older version of Word, but it may be in a different place. So worst comes to worst, I'm using the correct terms for everything. You can just look in. If you can't find it from just digging around in your menus, you can look in the help menu. You can look in the help for Word and find everything I'm showing you. So first thing we're going to do is set up page size. I noticed that in your PDF you had the old book laid out as a half letter size book. That is 5.5 by 8.5. So that's what we're going to do first. And I know roughly you're going to be in the a little under 400 words. When I looked at the Create Space print content submission requirements, I saw that if you're 151 to 400 pages, which is where you are, you want an inside margin of about 0.75. The outside margins, they say that they want them to be at least a quarter inch, but sort of publishing standard is to do about a half an inch, and that looks really good. So that's the first thing we'll do. I'll go over to your file, um, and I'm going to go to size, more paper sizes, and I'm going to make it a custom size 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, and it's going to gripe at me here, but that's fine. I don't worry about that. And then I'm going to go to margins. I'm going to say custom margins, and the inside margin is 0.5, and I'm going to have, excuse me, 0.75, and I'm going to have no gutter, because it's not exact. The gutter is a little different than what we're doing here. They're setting this up a little bit differently than the term of a gutter. And click OK, and there we go. Okay. Oh, it's thinking. We'll give it a moment. Okay. And you can see that it's alternating. It knows that the even pages, that the odd pages on the have the wider margin on the left side, and the even pages have the wider margin on the right side. It's already automatically taking care of that for us. Now, the first problem you're seeing is, oh my gosh, all my chapter headings aren't and things aren't where I wanted them. Now he's messed all that up. Well, worry not. I'm going to fix that in video 2. But in the meantime, we're going to start with styles. Styles are going to be the basis for keeping control of the layout and the flow of your book, and for doing such things as automatic page numbering and automatically creating tables of contents and your citation sheet that will automatically number for you as you make adjustments. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So first on styles, let's go ahead and start with paragraphs. Now I see that your paragraphs are plain and they're fine, but one thing I've noticed is that you start your indents, or you start the beginning of your paragraphs by doing a manual indent with a tab. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up as an automatic indent. So I'm going to delete that tab. I'm going to highlight my paragraph, and then what you see here is we're going to do a right click, and I'm going to go to paragraph. And what I want to do is that this is the indentation. I'm going to set the alignment as justified, which is how you had it, but I'm going to set special. Your first line is going to be a half an inch. That is the same thing as doing a tab, but it's automatic. Every time you start a new paragraph, it will automatically have that. So for example, if I deleted this and I were like say, oh, this should have been a new paragraph, it automatically does it. So now you have your paragraph is set up just the way you want it. We're going to create a style for the paragraph, and every paragraph type text we have in the book, I'm going to go through and spend time to set it up to the style. This way, if you want to make not only are we're going to ensure that everything is consistent, but if you want to make a change later, like you, for example, you change the font or you change the any other aspect of it, it will change it throughout the entire book. So let's go here to Styles, and I'm going to save selection as a new quick style, and I'm going to call it NHL, which is of course the abbreviation for your book, paragraph. Click OK. Okay, so now this is all in the NHL paragraph style. So if I wanted to take any of these new paragraphs, let's do this for the rest of the introduction, and I want to put them in the style, boom, it's in the style. And of course I'll have to get rid of my, whoops, have to get rid of my little the little tabs and things. And as I said, let's say you wanted to make a change here. Let's decide that, you know what, these indents look really big. How about if we tried 1/4 inch indents for the first line? We could right click on the style up here, go to modify, and then we go to format, paragraph, and we'll make the first line 0.25 inches. Click OK. OK, and you see that it automatically makes the change for us. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and undo that change because we're going to keep it consistent with how you've had it. All right, very good. The next style we're going to want to do is we're going to do the headings. The chapter headings are, actually hang on a second, let me do this. Indent over here. Types of headings. Okay, so the first ones are there's the chapter numbers, the chapter titles, and the subheads. So the chapter numbers, those what we'll want to do is we'll just go ahead and we'll go in like this. Let me go find the first chapter. Okay, so this is how we want the chapter heading. What we really want is this to be centered. So let's get rid of these tabs. We will center this. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and create styles. Save selection as a new quick style. And we'll just call it NHL chapter number. I think that's fine. Boop. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to have it on all times. We want to have this, the actual chapter title, be consistent. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to call this a new style. I'm going to get rid of this. I am going to center it. And watch what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to get rid of all these returns. And you're like, oh, but that doesn't work. And I'm going to get rid of this return. And you say, oh, but that doesn't work. That isn't what I want. Well, watch. So first, let me go ahead and make this a style. And the style we're going to want to make this is we're going to want to actually overwrite the style that's called, we're going to save the selection as a new quick style. We'll go ahead and we'll call this NHL chapter head. Okay? And then we'll go ahead and we will modify it. So if we go to styles and we go to right click that, modify. Now what we'll do is format, paragraph, paragraph. We'll want to put space above and below the paragraph. So below, let's go ahead and put 12 points. And above, we'll just go ahead and we'll try it and we'll do 48 points. See if that's what we want here. Not quite enough. So let's compare here real quick. We want a whole lot more. I'd say almost double the space and double the space there. So let's go ahead and do our numbers here. We can always adjust this later to get exactly how we want it to look. We can also modify from up here, you recall. Format paragraph. And, excuse me, that's the wrong one. We're going to want to do, there we go. Format paragraph. And we'll go ahead and we'll make this double. Let's try it with double, 96. And we'll make this 24. Now it's looking more like the way we want it. So it will automatically be spaced the same way every time. There'll always be a space after, a space before. Again, we can tweak this later. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to format our subheads. So again, let's go ahead. We will center this, and we will call this styles. Save as new quick style. NHL subhead. We'll go ahead and modify it right now. And we'll put about, what do you say, about 24 inches above and 24 inches below. Boop. So now there's always that space that we want. And the last thing we're going to want to do is we're going to deal with your Bible quotes here. So the way you've got this here is different than what you have in the book. See if I missed anything. Hang on just a second. Chapter, yeah, okay. So the quotes, your Bible quotes. The way you have them in the book is you have them flush left, and then you have the Bible, the citation number here, and then the actual quote. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to create a style that does them left. So we can do this. Okay, this one should not be italic unless you want it to do italic. Okay, and we can actually create two styles. So we will call this style NHL NHL reference Bible reference. And we'll call this one Bible quote. Okay, and what we're going to want to do is actually we're going to have a little space before this one, so let's go ahead and modify it. So we'll have 24 before this. Okay, maybe we want 12. Let's do 12. And this one will want to have 12 after. Here's another way we can do it. So we can directly do the paragraph. We say after is going to be 12. Okay, and then we can actually go to styles, update NHL Bible quote to match selection. So that's fine. So we'll get rid of our extra thing here. Oh, and look at this. We'll go ahead and we'll take this paragraph here and we will make it NHL paragraph. Boink. That takes care of that. And then the final thing I might recommend you do is there's a lot of sort of default styles in here. I tend to remove the extras just because it's going to drive me crazy. I won't remove them all with you on the while recording the video, but I tend to clean those out till I have just mine. So, and that's pretty much how you do it. And you can see this way you can be very, very consistent. Okay. So with that, I will cease video recording video 1.